So here's a tip for educators. If you have your students do a big presentation, in the middle or at the end of the semester, there's a problem with that if students aren't used to presenting, and they may have prepared well even, but they're not used to getting up in front of people, and that can be a really scary thing that they weren't even aware of how scared or anxious they would be once they turn on the computer and oops, there's a room full of people just staring at them. So what I do to avoid that, and this really worked. I didn't always do this, but many years ago I decided to do this. I have students on the second day of class. I give them instructions on the first day, but on the second day of class, they get up and they do a 2-minute presentation, 15, 20 slides, something like that. So I try to encourage them to make it really visual. And it's just fun, right? I mean, it's fun to talk about yourself however you want to do it. So there's no pressure, there's no grade, anything like that. And that serves many, many useful things. And the first useful thing that it does is it just gets the nerves away. It gets the anxiety away because they've done it before. They've been in that classroom, they've used that computer, they have gotten to know the people in the audience in the class, and so they're much more relaxed. But if you don't do any kind of activity like that, where they get up and present themselves, then when they do it, and they have actually worked really hard to prepare, but when they get up there, then they're really nervous and they're a little bit shocked at how nervous they are, and they get kind of scared and they kind of fumble around a little bit. So this is why I recommend to have them do a kind of self-introduction presentation on the second or third. I mean, give them an opportunity to prepare for it. Well, the first benefit, as I said, is that, they get up there with their computer or with their iPad, whatever they're going to use on that big day, which happens in, 2 months later down the road. But at least since I gave that first introduction presentation, we know that their computer's going to work. So that eliminates, any problem we have with adapters or whether or not their Windows PC could work with this projector or whatever. So that's the first thing. So the second benefit of having students do presentations in the second class is that it just improves the overall atmosphere of the class. Compared to 20 years ago, this is when I left Apple and started at Kansai Gaidai University. Well, in those days, students would really talk before the class, even before the first day, because smartphones had not been invented then, so people just spoke to each other. But they don't do that so much now, unless we give them some prodding. So having them do a presentation like this gets them up there in front of everyone. It breaks the ice, which leads to just a better environment for the class right at the beginning. The other thing it does is that it just gives students the confidence. It's like if you're training to run a 42-kilometer marathon, a full marathon, and you go out with your friends several months maybe into your training and you do a 20-mile, well, that gives you the confidence. Hey, I can do this 42K because I did the 20 miles. So it's something like that. We had them do a really fun, easy presentation, but they had to get up there, connect their computer, face the audience, talk about something that's really easy and fun for them to do, but so much of the stress went away and the confidence went up. So I hope you will consider doing this for your classes too. If you're having students do big presentations near the middle or the end of the semester, it's a really good idea to do this really small presentation really early on, as it gives them more confidence. You can check the technology. It's good for, having everyone kind of get to know each other, which makes for better rapport. It's just, all in all, it's just a really win-win situation for everyone involved.